Security is tight in the U.S. and abroad after the Paris attacks. Many Americans spend time today remembering the victims. We're hearing from a UK student who was in Paris during those attacks. A Western Kentucky community is remembering a 7-year-old girl found dead. Tonight, we're learning about what happened leading up to her death. And owners of a popular Georgetown restaurant won't let a fire destroy their family business.
This is WKYT News.
A massive manhunt across Europe. Thanks for staying up late with WKYT. I'm Kristen Kennedy. Police in France now say there were 8 attackers behind Friday's terror attacks, and one of them is still on the run. Across the U.S. this weekend, dozens of events and memorials honored the victims of those attacks, and security is tight in many cities. Wendy Gillette is in New York with our top story.
Those who knew the lone American killed in the Paris terror attacks remembered her Sunday. 23-year-old California State University Long Beach student Noemi Gonzalez was in France as part of the school's semester abroad program.
She was a really huge role model for me in my life. Growing up with her.
It was one of several vigils held across the nation to honor the victims. In San Francisco, Chicago, and New York. At St. Patrick's Cathedral in Manhattan, a prayer was said in French to start Sunday's service.
Avec bonté, Seigneur.
The tributes continued across the world of entertainment. Madonna dedicated her song Like a Prayer at her concert in Sweden Saturday and told the crowd she had considered canceling the performance.
Why should I give that to them?
The TV show Saturday Night Live altered its usual opening monologue.
Nous sommes de tout cœur avec vous.
And the Pittsburgh Orchestra played the French anthem. The thoughts and prayers for Parisians come at a time of tight security in the U.S. This is what it looked like Sunday here at Lincoln Center. Several police cars parked out front when normally there are none. There were additional security precautions at NFL games across the country, including bomb-sniffing dogs in Tampa, Florida. The new measures were enacted despite assurances from the Department of Homeland Security that investigators have detected no direct threats against the U.S. Wendy Gillette for CBS News, New York.
Meanwhile, French leaders have launched their own attack on ISIS. The French military has launched massive airstrikes on the terror group's de facto capital. France says their warplanes took out command and recruitment centers along with a training camp and an ammunition depot. The Islamic State claimed responsibility for the series of attacks in Paris Friday night. Students from several universities in Kentucky are studying abroad in France this semester, and thankfully we've learned they are all safe. UK junior Anna Cervera is studying about 300 miles from Paris, but she was in the City of Light this weekend. New at 11, WKYT's Hillary Thornton is talking to Cervera about her Friday night experience.
Anna Cervera, a junior at the University of Kentucky, is studying this semester in Chambray, France, a little more than 300 miles from Paris. However, she made plans back in September to visit Paris this weekend, and on Friday found herself in the city that was under attack.
We could go to Disneyland on Saturday, and so we could explore the city on Friday.
That was the plan as Anna Cervera and a few friends arrived in Paris on Friday morning, spending the day walking around and exploring the City of Light.
It was really cold. There was that kind of wind that kind of bites through your jacket, and we were tired, so we went back to our hotel.
Back at their hotel for not even 2 hours, their weekend trip to Paris was about to change.
Family back home got a CNN alert about a shooting in Paris, and so my brother called me and he wanted just to let me know, but at first it seemed like it was just a shooting, like it wasn't something so big.
The UK student then remembers turning on the news and watching the horrific events unfold less than 30 minutes from where she was sitting, an area where she had been only hours before.
If we decided to do anything a little bit differently, you know, gotten a snack instead of getting an early dinner and stayed in the city later, or if it had been a little bit warmer, we would have been right there when it was happening.
She remembers the city then going into lockdown with their train tickets out of Paris not scheduled until Sunday morning. They stuck with their plans and spent Saturday at Disney Village in Paris that she says seemed stripped of what makes it so special.
It was tense. It felt wrong. I don't know if that makes any sense. It didn't feel that festive atmosphere was completely gone.
Now, Severa says while darkness filled the city, there are glimmers of hope, and that support from around the world means a lot to the people there. The UK student says she never really knew what being homesick felt like until this weekend. She is scheduled to return back home here to Kentucky at the end of December. At the live desk, Hillary Thornton, WKYT. You can check for updates to all stories on the Paris attacks and global response on our website, WKYT.com. This is a tragic story out of western Kentucky. State police are investigating the death of a 7-year-old girl in Allen County. Troopers found the body of Gabriella Doolin behind the Scottsville High School last night. People in Scottsville are worried whoever killed Gabriella is still out there. We're hearing from friends of the family tonight in this Crime Tracker report.
For us, it's too close to home now.
4,000 people live in the town of Scottsville, Kentucky, and it doesn't take long to see nearly every one of them is hurting right now.
Let's do this for Gabby's family, okay? So they know that we love them.
For Christy Webb, this is a life lesson. She never thought she'd have to teach her daughter.
It would let them know that we were thinking about them, we love them. Here, put it down over there on the bank.
They're leaving a stuffed animal for her first grade classmate, who state police say was killed here.
Nothing like this has ever happened, and for the family, it's utter shock for what they're having to go through.
Gabby Doolin was cheering on her 2 older brothers who were playing youth football. Around 7:30 Friday night, she went missing. 30 minutes later, she was found dead in this small pond. She was 7 years old. Police are calling Gabby's death a homicide.
It's unimaginable, the senselessness of what's happened. She always had a smile on her face and always lit up the room.
So far, state police haven't made any arrests. The Allen County school system had a professional development day scheduled for Monday. School will not be in session in Allen County tomorrow. Now to a developing story out of Warren County. Western Kentucky University leaders say a student died earlier today on campus. The Warren County coroner says 18-year-old freshman Shanice Sullivan from Winchester died shortly before 3 this afternoon at Pierce Ford Tower. They do not suspect foul play. They are taking a toxicology report. We saw some great weather across the Commonwealth today, and we're tracking some changes going into the work week. WKYT meteorologist Jim Caldwell has an early look at our chances of rain.
Yeah, they all start tomorrow, at least some light chances, small chances around the area as we head into the evening hours. Tonight, it's more about the chill factor, and it's already showing up in many locations, especially if you look to Danville, Somerset, Monticello, London, all already in the 30s. Here in Lexington, low 40s, and all around us low 40s, essentially. And then you get out on top of the mountain there in Jackson, there in Breathitt County, they're at 50 degrees. They're a little bit higher up. So in this particular case tonight, they are going to hold on to some of that warmth a little while longer. Clouds have been streaming in, and these are associated with the first wave of energy that moves toward us that will bring us our first chance of rain coming up tomorrow, and mainly during the evening hours. So let's break it down here with our planner. We go into the early morning. I think we get down around 35 degrees. Shower chance will arrive here with low 60s in the area by the time we get into the afternoon and evening hours. Again, you're looking at 5 o'clock there, so showers around that time period. It's not going to be a washout by any means, so if you have plans, you can certainly go out and enjoy them. But we are watching, as this is the first step to get us even wetter through the week. I will track all the rain chances coming up in a few minutes.
Investigators in Scott County are trying to figure out what sparked a fire that damaged 2 businesses. The fire started this morning at a hair salon on Cincinnati Road in Georgetown. Firefighters say it then spread to the Sergeant Galley restaurant. The restaurant suffered major smoke damage. The owners of the restaurant opened it about a year and a half ago and say they won't let the flames destroy their family's business.
It's important to us that we find some way to keep our employees working and keep making good food around here, so we'll figure something out.
No one was hurt in that fire, and for now the Notos plan to run their restaurant out of their food truck. Lexington firefighters are trying to figure out what started a fire that damaged a home on Maywick View Lane. The fire, we're told, started in the living room. A firefighter at a nearby station saw the smoke, and crews rushed over to put out the flames. This is not what you want to wake up to on a weekend. Lexington police say around 5 this morning, someone crashed a stolen car into a home on Biley Road and took off. Firefighters say the impact of the wreck caused a gas leak and some structural damage to a wall in the basement. The house is condemned until the wall can be repaired.
It very likely would have created a structural collapse. Unfortunately, where the vehicle struck is right in the area of the main structural steel I-beam that actually supports the first and second floor of the home. So it could have been very, very bad.
The homeowners were out of town at the time of the crash. Lexington police have arrested a man for that wreck. New tonight, police in Louisville are investigating the murder of a pizza delivery man. Police say the shooting happened in the Park Hill neighborhood last night around 9:15. The victim, officers say, was 26-year-old Corey Ross. He was working for Papa John's when someone shot and killed him.
I think he was just dropping out pizza to his family and I guess clocking out or going back to work. And then that's when I heard the shots. And I thought there was somebody just shooting in the air. I heard police and sirens came outside. He was laying by the pole.
Right now, police don't have a motive or a shooter. Louisville police are also investigating a carjacking that injured 2 people. Around 4 this afternoon, investigators say someone shot 2 men on Floyd Street. Their injuries, we're told, are non-life-threatening. Police say the shooter stole a white Chevy Tahoe and was wearing all black. A Madison County man is in jail tonight on burglary charges. Richmond police arrested 31-year-old William Johnson last week in connection with a break-in at a home on Martin Drive. Police say Johnson pried open the basement door of the home and stole 3 guns, a lockbox, and a telescope. They did find all those items. The Hodgenville City Council has unanimously voted to allow the words "In God We Trust" to go on the town's police cars. The idea came up recently when the 5-officer department got 2 new cruisers. The police chief says he will leave it up to the individual officers to decide if they want the decal on their cruisers. Hodgenville's mayor says he will pay for the new decals personally so that the money won't come from taxpayers. If you happen to have a parking ticket and no cash to pay it off, you're in luck. Monday, the Lexington Parking Authority will unveil their Food for Fines drive. Customers who bring in cans of food will get $15 off any Lexpark or Lexington Police parking citation. All cans will go to God's Pantry Food Bank. The Food for Fines drive ends December 18th. In eastern Kentucky, family is ready for the holidays. The Pugh family started putting up their Christmas lights the day after Halloween. Now their home is drawing attention in a big way. Cars line up outside the home to catch a glimpse of the festive display. And the Pugh family hopes it helps lift spirits during the holiday season.
Not a lot of people decorate anymore, and we like to do it because of that fact. And this allows anybody that's driving by in this community to just see a little bit of Pigeon Forge.
The family will keep the lights up through December.